Could it be that because it is obvious that we do not at times recognize things that are blatantly in our face, that we could be, as a society, under a spell? Let us take these examples for instance. When we are given 2012 as a timeline for world ascension, is this not another Zionist code? For those who may think this is a stretch, let us have a look at the logo for the 2012 Olympics scheduled for London. It should now become clear to the viewer that the Zionist movement is still active. When we are in school, they teach you how to spell, and that is the word they choose to use for it. A spell is none other than a magical incantation. To add further credit to this statement, we also are taught cursive, which the word clearly has curse as its root. Later in this series, we will show how the entire English language is none other than a backwards code designed to trick the mind. Is there not something looming in our view all the time, letting us see that the world is more spiritual and esoteric than technological and reprobate? After their sin, bodies of flesh were given to them, for an angel who spends 7 days on earth becomes opaque and is substantialized. From these sprang the giants, born of earth, the red source, or flesh. Behold, the whole world wondered after the beast. As of Valentine's Day, February 14, 2009, our constellation, known as the Sagittarius Dwarf, began crossing through the heart of the Milky Way. For many movements, this was the long-awaited time of the Golden Age. However, it may be of value to know, for those who wish to pass this spiritual quest, that the Golden Age was anything but a time for positive world transformation, harmony, and total enlightenment. In fact, Madame Blavatsky, lead supporter and co-founder of the Theosophical movement, created various branches of the Aquarian movement propaganda machine, including a publishing company, all under the order of the Tibetans of the Great White Brotherhood. This time was chosen by their seers as a time where they could come out of the places in which they hide and convince man and woman that the serpent races were our creators, which is anything but true. Because this is a plan that has spanned over centuries, it is easy for the commoner to lack all the information necessary to put all the pieces together. My promise to the Most High is to present the information to you, thus any decision you make will be intentional and not because you were conned. It is easy to follow a crowd. Almost every organization that has been put into the spotlight represents the New Age movement, and their one world religion they plan on unfolding shortly after the U.S. economy collapses. Members of these groups are very vast, and they include Thule, or the Theosophical Society, which has already set up headquarters in the United Nations as the New World Religion is prepared. Pausing for a moment, the human being is so powerful that if one human being activated, it could spread literally a vibration wave to every single person that came in contact with them. This is what the elite know, and there's nothing stopping a person from doing this. There should be no fear. If choice is placed back in your hands with the proper information, once you accept that information, it is your sole right, by the laws of the galactic, that you can now have your choice back. And from there you can go forward with your own energy. The larger churches are also merging into this movement, and they expect the small churches to follow. This is in part due to the character known as Jesus, whose real name is Sananda, initiated in Egypt and then in India. I do not doubt that there was once an individual with a message of hope and love and kindness, who taught higher knowledge and spirituality to allow man and woman to enter into union with the Most High. However, I do doubt very seriously that this man was named Jesus. I will also say this. The churches had an opportunity a long time ago to step forward and bring the information that they found out through time about who the individuals are that we know as the personal savior of Christianity. Looking into Egyptian mysticism, we find an ancient text known as the document of the anointed Isu, which is where Jesus' name derived from. This is but another serpent cult. We find the name Jesus as not a person, but actually a title given to many that follow the initiation of the Egyptian mystery scroll known as Isu. This would explain the various pictures we get of the supposed to be individual. Not to mention the order of Melchizedek, that Jesus is in the book of Hebrews located in the New Testament, is purported to be a disciple of. These are none other than the mystics who have formed their guilds thousands of years ago, now continuing through the Mormon sect through Salt Lake City.